Let's wait for Luke to finish watching that. I can't remember what was in the trailer.
Not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot.
Elden Ring. I was just watching Vlad play Elden Ring.
Were you?
Yeah. There's a network test happening at the moment.
Yeah, there is. I did see that actually. Yeah, they've been doing like 10 hours.
He was just stuck on the first boss.
Was he?
Yeah.
That's the only problem with that game. I feel like it's...
But he's the kind of player that will just refuse to go past and get better gear. He's just smashing the first boss, trying to figure out the parry system and stuff until he gets it done.
I could tell you the parry system if you want.
No, someone came down from a company we're working with called Tripwire. He's a Scouser and he's called Michael Perry. Maybe
Perry?
Yeah. It made me laugh.
Is he my arch nemesis? Like where he hands his name in and he gets called Michael Parry instead of Perry, and I always get called Michael Perry instead of Parry. I'm like, motherfucker. So it's his fault. It's his fault my name's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I guess we're going to leave it there for opening the show. This is episode 37 of the Sitrep Happy Hour. With me today, as always, I have the quite modest Robert.
Hello.
And as always, we have... I don't know, what are you wearing today, Luke?
A pair of curtains, apparently.
Is that a pair of curtains? I don't think it looked... I don't know. Maybe it does now. Now you pointed it out. It does look like a set of curtains, but it looked like an army set. Like
you got camouflage curtains.
It's... I can't think what the pattern's called. Paisley?
Paisley?
I think it's Paisley. It's a pretty green hoodie, so...
Yeah, it is. It's a very fashionable hoodie.
No, I don't mean pretty green as in it's a green hoodie and it's pretty. I mean that's the label word.
All right.
I thought you meant it's sort of green.
Well, it is sort of green, but it's a hoodie. It's a hoodie that I've had for a while, but it's a bit louder than it looked on the internet when I bought it, so it doesn't get worn very often. And I saw it in the cupboard earlier, and I was like, I'm cold. I want to put a hoodie on. Fuck it, no one's going to see me. I'm wearing this one. And then you kind of said you weren't streaming tonight's podcast. I was like, yeah, cool. I'll leave it on then.
That's even better. I just like the way, I don't know if you're getting this, Rob. I feel like the longer I stare at it, the more I see on it. Or is it just me? It's like the more I notice.
It's like when you look at a night sky, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like it's got that weird kind of like image thing where you stare at it too long and you start seeing things in it.
I'll tell you what, next time us lot agree to meet up, I'll bring it with me and you can admire it in all its glory.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were going to buy us one.
I mean, if you really want one, I'll buy you one. That's not a problem.
No, I've already got a set of curtains. I'm afraid I don't need it more.
Nice. Too fucking shay.
How you boys been? All right?
Yeah,
good.
I missed last episode, didn't I?
You did. Where were you? Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Can't remember.
How would? Go on, Luke.
I was just about to announce that we're playing musical chairs on the podcast, aren't we? Because there's a certain somebody missing this week. Episode, not week. I shouldn't say week.
Yeah, even I didn't make that excuse this week. To be fair, he has. I don't know what he's up to. But Brad won't be on this week's episode. Has anybody seen his leg? Has anybody seen his leg?
It looks like it's broken.
It does look like it's broken. So I feel like I need to post this picture on Twitter. I probably should ask it.
You probably should ask his permission first, yeah. But it looks like he's smuggling terrace chocolate oranges in his ankle.
Dude, it looks like somebody shoved an orange in between his like freaking, was it femur and his actual foot?
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
It's bad. And he said that he messaged me because this is the weird thing, and we'll probably go over this when he comes back and he'll explain why and all the rest of it. But he messaged me and it was like 11 o'clock at night. Now, if anybody knows Brad doesn't stay up very late, does he? He's normally in bed pretty early.
No, he's a good boy. He's tucked in by 9.
Yeah. So I got a message from him like 11 o'clock Wednesday night, I think it was, or something like that. And I'm like, why are you still up? And he was like, oh yeah, this happened tonight. Just like casually just dropped the fact that he'd smashed his elbow playing, not his elbow, his ankle playing football, and it had twisted the wrong way. Sent me the picture, and it was like just a balloon on his ankle. Like it was wider than his foot. I was like, holy fuck, dude. If that was one of my kids, I would have took him to hospital. I don't know about you, Rob. You've probably been like, walk it off.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm only messing. But I was like, dude, this isn't good. You need to go to hospital. It was like, nah, they won't do anything this time of night. I'm like, I wouldn't risk that. I mean, to be fair, he did send me a picture and it went down in the morning. It went down slightly, but it was still pretty bad. But just, I don't know why you didn't just go to A&E straight away. That's what I would have done.
I hope he's got some really strong painkillers tucked away in his cupboard, because that shit must have been really painful to try and sleep on like that night.
I would have took everything. I would have took aspirin, paracetamol, and ibuprofen at the same time. I know you can take aspirin, not aspirin. I know you can take paracetamol and ibuprofen at the same time.
You want some like cocodamols or something? Yeah. With some codeine in it for that shit. That looked fucking disgusting.
Codeine laced drugs.
But yeah, that is technically why he's not here. Is that why? No, I think he's going for a meal or something. I don't know. I don't know what he's up to.
I'd love to see him try and sit at a table for a family meal with a fucking ankle the size of a balloon.
I bet he's getting his other half to run round for him though at the minute, being like, "Oh, my leg." He's really playing it up.
Good lad.
But I hope he's signed off work though, to be honest, because they have no clue at work, Rob.
When we were
no clue.
When we were talking about the Netflix dump over the last week or so, he was saying, "Oh, I'll have plenty of time to watch it soon." So I think that was his way of saying that he's been signed off from work. I mean,
well, we'll see.
If you've got to keep it elevated like he would have to for that sort of swelling, there's no way he can walk around at work all day, even if they just sign him off for a week.
Brad's job, he has to stand up pretty much all day as well. So
yeah, he does, and he's got to drive 2 hours a day. And
fuck that.
Yeah, bollocks to that.
I think I can't remember which foot it is. I don't know if it's the one.
This is left foot.
Well,
it's left foot.
Yeah, I mean he's only using it for the clutch, but he doesn't drive an automatic, so I don't think he's got it. Can't remember if he does have an automatic now. Maybe he does. Anyway, I feel like we've spent way too long talking about Brad's foot. Hopefully, Brad's foot will be better and back on the podcast next time.
Yeah, maybe we can get a direct comment from Brad's foot.
But yeah, he should be back next time. But yeah, how have you boys been? Rob, what have you been up to? Wait, before we get that far, I feel like we've done exactly what we do in the episode. I'm going to blame Luke for this.
Thatcher's Haze.
Thatcher's Haze. Yep. So that's what Rob's drinking tonight. Luke, what are you drinking tonight?
I'd like to know how this is my fault. I mean, I'll answer your question.
You were about something, and Brad, and then we went off on a tangent. And you were calling. One of us was calling Rob out for not being here last episode or something.
Rob called himself out. To be fair,
I did. Yeah.
Rob called. Yeah. So I don't feel so bad now. It's normally me calling.
I also can't remember why I couldn't make it.
You were babysitting.
This is.
Oh, that was it.
Yes.
Yeah. You had the thumb firmly printed on your forehead.
Wait.
No, it was Halloween.
Wait. I've got a question. I've got a question. Ooh, pick me.
Mike, would you like to ask the class question?
Hang on. Before we go any further, just Luke, what are you drinking? What are you drinking?
What am I drinking? Or Luke?
What's Luke drinking?
I'll tell you after Mike's question.
All right.
Hold on. I'm drinking Heineken tonight. So we went to a Halloween party just before the last time we recorded. I know you really enjoyed yourself at the Halloween party so much that you didn't show.
I didn't go.
I know you didn't. And these guys were like, I think you guys were like, how did you see Rob? But then Rob wasn't at the Halloween party. And I was like, Rob was doing pickup. And then you obviously said Chaz was going to a Halloween party. How was the Halloween party? It was just basically a pub event.
Well, My wife.
My wife's
like Halloween to her is like Christmas. So
she gets the black tree out, puts all the
no, like the decorations go up at the beginning of October. It's not even a joke.
Not the Christmas decorations.
No, the Halloween decorations.
Not the Easter decorations.
So when she asked me, "Can I go to the pub after this party?" I couldn't say no because it's literally like
the time of year.
It's her favorite time of the year. She hasn't had much time off because we've got twins, and they're hard work. So I couldn't say no, to be honest.
No, I was only messing. The only reason I was jesting is because, do you remember the time that we went to a Halloween do? And this is what immediately went through my mind.
Did we dress up as soldiers?
No, it was like zombie fucking... I don't know. We managed to get like clean room suits from work and put blood all over it, didn't we?
Yeah, I think.
We were pretty drunk. It was like these white suits and we put like blood handprints all over it. You know, like the hazmat suits.
Yeah.
Luke?
Yeah.
And then we go into like the worst pub. And bear in mind, this is for a Halloween thing in Gillingham where Bob lives. Like, that's Kent, just for most people.
That's England for most people.
Yeah. Gillingham, Kent. Yeah.
Gillingham.
Yeah, Gillingham in Kent. And we go in, and I'm pretty sure we were the only people dressed up at this Halloween party.
No, there was a couple of guys with those big heads on, remember? You remember those?
It was just the worst.
A couple of alcoholics just wearing those massive heads.
Yeah.
You could see their faces like, through the mouth.
Anytime someone's like, "Oh, I'm going to a Halloween party at a pub," I'm just like, "Yeah, it's not a Halloween party." There'll be like 3 people dressed up, and everyone else is just regulars that are not putting the effort in. I only wondered. That was all. Did you have a good night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Did Jonathan have a good night?
No, he didn't go. Yeah.
Did he not go?
No, he was tired. Apparently, he went home.
Oh well. What did you do instead? Did you play New World?
Oh, yeah, I got the kids to bed and I played New World.
Of course, he played New World.
Are you still playing it in the minute, or are you on break?
I'm a little bit obsessed with that game. Not gonna lie. I haven't touched Destiny since I started playing it.
Really?
Wow.
I think I jumped on and
shit.
I think I've done a couple of GMs and maybe a raid or 2, but that's it.
Were you held at gunpoint whilst you were playing these? Did Crouchy have a gun?
I was going to say, is this Crouchy's fault?
No. Crouchy's been playing New World as well.
Oh, right. Okay, that's fine. You're still there's plenty of content now, Dan.
Yes.
Is it still broken as hell? Or are they fixing it?
This game's 6 weeks old and it's already got a PTR, so take that as you will. But yeah, it's still broken in certain parts, but they are fixing it.
Fair enough.
Seeing as we are the original 3 from the original podcast.
Careful.
Have any of you heard the news that there is more content coming for the Division soon? Did anybody see that?
I think we talked about this last time I was on the podcast, and we were all in consensus that we don't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
I do recall that being mentioned, yeah. Isn't it? Didn't one of us, probably me, say too little too late or something to that effect?
Yes, that sounds right, yeah.
Yeah. No, it is sad. I did see Yannick posted on Twitter, just as a heads up, guys, this Failow mission rerun, there's no additional content coming with it. It's the same one from like a year ago.
Yeah, they've literally just rerun the year, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good from that point of view, but apart from that...
Is that all the global events and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they redo the manhunts, did I see?
Yeah.
A lot of the people I still follow on Twitter are still actually playing that game. I mean...
There's a lot of people playing. If you
enjoy it, go for it.
There's a lot of people playing the first game at the moment.
I've seen a lot of people went back to survival recently for like shits and giggles, because I think
it's the X amount of year. Is it 5 year anniversary, something like that, for survival? survival release?
Can't remember.
This weekend?
God. That's horrible. It's that old.
It's got to be more than that.
No,
I think it's the anniversary this weekend or something, which is such a shame. That game mode was... I know me and Luke enjoyed it. I know, Rob, you weren't overly impressed with it.
But it was like a magnet to the contaminated areas, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That joke again.
Speaking of Ubisoft games, Rob was kind enough to invite the three of us, i.e. me, you, Mike, and Brad, who's not here, to the Rainbow Six Siege PvE game.
Rob's laughing already, so I'm worried.
The name of which I completely and utterly forget.
It's Extraction or something, isn't it?
Extraction, that's it. I
Careful,
know
because we're all on the NDA.
Mike was away, so didn't play it, so therefore didn't download it, so therefore didn't sign an NDA. I was busy all weekend, so didn't download it, so didn't sign an NDA. I can't speak for Brad, but I know he doesn't play games a lot, so he probably didn't download it and didn't sign an NDA.
He does.
How
does. I think
about
he just
you,
hides.
Rob? Did you download it, sign the NDA, and play it at all?
No.
Or was New World in the way?
I like the fact you invited all of us, but didn't play yourself.
I had every intention on. Actually, I might have installed it. I think I did install it. I left it running because I preloaded it early. I invited Grouchy as well, and I don't think he played either.
I'll be honest. I love the fact that
he sent me a message like, "Thanks for the invite. I'm gonna have to look up what this game is now."
I didn't even know what it was.
I love the fact this podcast has turned into games that we either have played in the past or games that we're never going to play.
If we're talking about games we'll never play, stick New World on there, because I would play that shit ever.
Oh, you gotta come play Elden Ring with me, Luke.
Who? What? Whose ring?
Luke's ring.
Super
massive black hole, right?
I feel like we would enjoy the Extraction game though, because it is basically Ubisoft's version of Get the Fuck Out. So,
yeah, but I can just play Get the Fuck Out.
I do feel like Extraction would be on my
Luke wouldn't play that
radar.
But don't do this to me, Luke. When there's already a fucking game out that we can all play.
Yeah, but that looks crap.
No, it doesn't.
I watched you play it. It looks terrible.
Yeah, this is definitely a more polished version, and you get like the skills from
Rainbow
Six. I think I would play this over GTFO.
Didn't we basically play this when they released it as like a Siege event, hence spawning the idea for the standalone game in the first place? Yeah, I loved it.
I remember me and Luke loving it. And if this game comes out and is well reviewed, I might think about picking it up in 2 years' time.
Standard. Because
that's what we normally do, isn't it?
Free on the Epic Store.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if you saw, Rob, NVIDIA accidentally leaked upcoming, what was it? I think somebody data mined or something, upcoming PlayStation games, because obviously PlayStation has their own PC brand now.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, they've got, they're going to be putting stuff on Steam, I think.
Yeah, it's like Ghost of Tsushima is going to be coming. So they were like showing all the games that potentially could be, they're on about potentially, but pretty much every game that got leaked prior has been supported by NVIDIA.
They like published a whole like name thing, didn't they?
Yeah. I think one of them was Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if The Last of Us was on there. Would make sense with the TV show coming out next year. I'm kind of looking forward to God of War.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit... Yeah. I'm a little bit behind the curve on that though. How many years ago did that come out?
Uncharted Collection's coming to PC as well.
Is it the actual collection or is it just
the full collection?
Really?
Yeah.
That might be interesting to play. I've got the Tomb Raider collection and I still need to play that. Yeah. No, I really did enjoy that game mode. I still like Siege, being honest. It's just one of those things that just never gonna.
Siege is as a ever evolving game. I imagine it's very different to when we played it last.
You still play, Luke? Are you seriously still playing Tarkov?
I was playing Tarkov literally an hour before we started recording.
What is wrong with you?
I will be playing Tarkov as soon as we're finished recording.
I think you say it until you die.
I fucking love that game. I can't get enough of Tarkov. I really can't.
If you want to spend the whole night punching yourself in the dick, that's up to you.
I often do that.
Standard raid procedure, right?
Luke. Just spend the night punching myself in the dick.
Is that just so that you don't have any more kids?
Dude, if that's your contraception plan, I'm going to be honest, Rob. So far, it's not worked. In fact, it seems to be doubling the amount of kids you're having each time.
New form of castration, just punching myself.
Oh, dear.
Oh, bloody hell. I haven't played anything. The most I've played is Ori and the Will of the Wisps on my Switch. That's it. I booted up my PC. No, sorry, Luke.
Gobsmacked that you said you weren't playing Battlefield last night. Bearing in mind you bought one of the special editions that gives you access a week early.
Yeah, I'm going to play it tonight after the show.
I was gobsmacked that you weren't going to play it last night. I know you've been waiting for this game to come out for a while, so...
I have, but I've been busy. I went to Bristol last weekend.
What's that got to do with anything?
I just like, I don't know. I'm not waiting for anything. Instead of waiting for a game to turn out, I was just like, fuck it, let's just go to the gym. So I've been to the gym 5 days a week for the last 5-6 weeks now. Definitely 5-6 weeks, something like that. It's just, I don't know. There's nothing. And then you guys weren't playing anyway. So I was like, well, but it's installed. It's ready to go after I've recorded tonight. And I'm definitely going to try it out. I was hoping to get it on today, but I ended up watching... we had some family over today, and then they got the Christmas lights and stuff down the road by me in the garden center. So we took a walk down there this afternoon, and then came back and watched Shang-Chi because it's up on Disney Plus. As Disney Plus was nice. Anniversary Disney Plus Day was yesterday, so you've got stuff like Jungle Cruise, Shang-Chi's on there.
I watched Shang-Chi this week. Also, I really enjoyed it. I wish I went to the cinema to watch it.
It's a good film.
It's a really good film. I've watched it more than once because Dexter's like, can we watch that Chinese film again?
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what Remy said? Remy was like, did we get the wrong copy of the film?
Well, because it starts like in a different language, doesn't it?
Yeah, he said, I think it's the wrong version of the film, Daddy. And I'm like, no, this is how they talk, where they come from. You know, there's other languages out there apart from ABC, as that guy calls it in Shang-Chi. Oh, you speak ABC? I thought it was funny. I think that film's funny. I think the fight scenes are really good. And I love the whole Hotel California joke because it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yes. Brilliant film. The whole bus scene is so good.
It is, but also generic bad guy with sword on his hand.
That's one question I have. That's one thing that takes me out of that film. Because I've watched that scene like 3 times now. Because Dexter made me rewind it because he went upstairs to have a shower or something. How does the sword fit in his arm?
What do you mean? It clicks in, doesn't it?
No. Like the first time you see him.
No.
The first time you see him, he's got half an arm, right?
Yeah.
And then a sword pops out. It goes, and a sword pops out that's glowing red, like it's hot. But for it to be in that part of his arm, it would have to be like up the top of his arm, which means he wouldn't be able to bend his elbow without it protruding out of his arm. It's
like his wrist or just below the elbow got cut off and did it.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, did it expand out? I can't remember.
Yeah, it does.
Did it expand out, or did he clip it on and then it was already like lit up?
No. He clips on another.
Can you stop saying no?
He clips on another weapon later on in the film. I won't say what because it's a spoiler. But
it's not a spoiler. It's exactly the same weapon, just a different color.
It's made out of dragon scales.
Yeah, but that's not a spoiler. How is that a spoiler?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Now I've ruined it. There's dragons in it.
What amazes me is the guy didn't have a hand to start with. Like, if you're walking around, he could have clipped a hand in, unclipped it, thrown it down.
There's a whole like scene where he walks forward because there's a guy like live streaming the fight, and he goes, "You got this," and then the sword pops out of his arm, and he's like, "I'm sorry." It's like a whole joke.
But it's
he doesn't clip it on. It literally just, and it would have to have been in his arm. It doesn't make sense.
I feel like I've literally watched this about 2 hours ago. I think you need to rewatch this scene because I think he takes something out of his pocket or something.
No, he doesn't.
Clips it into his arm. What, you reckon he just kind of Robocop and goes?
It just comes out. I'm not bullshitting you.
Okay, I need to rewatch that. I know Luke's not seen it, but surely you would have you would have a fake hand, like. If you have a sword, have the ability to have a fake hand.
His name's Razor Fist, all right?
We'll have a razor for a fist permanently. Why? You can brush your teeth with that shit or something. I don't know. It's a good film, and there's some good jokes. But I'd be honest, from the trailer, that first trailer we watched, I thought it was going to be a very bad film.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't go to the cinema. Probably because of COVID, but I normally go to the cinema to most Marvel films.
Okay. So I haven't seen Eternals. I'm not too bothered. I kind of got sold on the last trailer that I saw, but then I've heard like it's not very good or it's very rushed. But I don't know. That doesn't interest me. Next week we're getting a No Way Home trailer. For the next Spider-Man film.
More footage of people on a bridge.
More footage of people on a bridge from different angles. Yeah. You do realize that whole film takes place on a bridge, right?
Apparently, it does.
The whole film is on a bridge. Cool.
Yeah, legitimate.
Surely somebody would figure out who Peter Parker is at that point.
They already gave away his identity in Far From Home.
This is the multiverse, isn't it? So do all the universes now know who Peter Parker is, or
I can't answer that question.
No, of course you can't, because the multiverse is bullshit. But carry on.
It's not. Loki's good. Oh man, it is good, dude.
How to piss off an MCU fan? Tell them that the multiverse is bullshit and watch them implode.
Well, you're getting the Flash with God knows how many Batmans and Flash people coming back. That's the multiverse as well. Just Marvel are technically getting there first. My question to Rob is: are you going to go see Spider-Man in the cinema, or no interest?
When's it out?
17th of December.
Maybe. I don't know. Do you know what I'm going to see at the end of the month?
The Matrix.
No.
June?
Mike, the end of the month.
Are you going to go see it?
What's going out? What's going out?
Are you going to go see it?
Yeah, I'm going to take the kids. I'm going to like...
Oh, yeah. We're talking Ghostbusters here, boys.
Yes.
Dude.
Nice.
Dude.
What does mine say?
Have you... Right, has anybody seen the final trailer yet?
Yes.
No.
The literal, it says final trailer. It's like a minute long or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's been all over like Facebook and shit.
Yeah, I know. There's one shot in there, isn't there? You know the one shot I'm talking about. Where someone's like, oh, have you missed us?
I may have missed that shot.
It's literally the only, I think it's like literally the only footage. So it's basically the boys are back. The boys are back.
Okay. I have to rewatch that trailer.
Bill Murray and the boys.
Yeah.
Of course. Didn't that already get leaked because the toys came out or something?
Yeah, the fucking toys came out and leaked it. But yeah, I've got my tickets booked last weekend. No, it was really like, I just wanted to make sure I had enough money, so I booked it last weekend.
Are you going like the day it comes out?
No, Remy's got karate, so I can't go. I'm so fucking annoyed. I've waited like 20 years for this, 25 years for this. I can wait an extra day, I think.
Can you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go like a week after.
Can you though?
I'm going to go on the Saturday and then I'm probably going to see it again.
There's no probably
Like,
about it.
straight
You are
after.
definitely
I'm
watching
gonna
that
go see
movie
it again
at the cinema 3 times.
At least you reckon? Oh, if it's good, I will. I tell you what, the only film I've seen. I'm interested in you guys. What was the last time you went to the cinema and you saw a film twice? Like
that has never happened in my life.
You've never done that?
Not at the cinema. No, I've been to the cinema and then watched a movie when it like came out on DVD or something. But I've never been to the cinema to watch the same movie more than once.
Really?
Ever?
That must just be me then. Because I know people. I know people do it.
I wanted to go back and watch it. I watch a certain film.
Matrix?
No, it was Winter Soldier, I think. I remember I went down to Dorchester to watch it on my own because I'm a loser. And I remember driving home and I was like, I want to watch it again, like literally on the way home.
So you turned round and he went back.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I wanted to.
I was like, where the fuck have you been all day?
6 hours later. No, the only film that I remember seeing in the cinema twice is Force Awakens, because we went to IMAX to go see it, and then I drove down to Dorchester and watched it again with my brother and I think Luke.
It wasn't me.
Not our Luke, but Sam's brother Luke, and maybe Verity. And I definitely enjoyed it on rewatch, but I don't know. It was just annoying because my brother was like, "Yeah, dude, it was." I think it was on his phone or some shit. I didn't really pay much interest to it. I feel like when we took him to a gig. Remember that? We took him to I don't know if you were there. We took him to a gig, and then it was like somebody he liked, and then he wasn't interested when we got there. I was like, a waste of time.
Was that his Bullet for My Valentine? For his birthday? It was like a surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah, something. It was something like that. I can't remember what it was.
I remember that gig quite vividly. I remember my knee turning the wrong way. Yeah, I remember that. It was horrible.
What is it with people on this podcast and body parts turning the wrong way?
This is the thing, right? Not to talk about Brad's foot again, but Brad's had a few injuries now, right?
Yeah, I think he should quit football, to be honest, before he
needs to admit to himself that he's shit at football.
I'm just like, at what point do you call it quits? And I feel like I need to ask him this question, but I know at the end of the day, if you love something, like football runs through his fucking blood, you know.
Just to become a keeper, be fine then.
Football is pretty important to me too, but I knew when it was time to give up, and it was at least 15 years ago. I think Brad's held on for at least 5 years too long. Yeah,
I just, the amount of people I see or hear having injuries playing football.
Brad's a lot younger than you.
Yeah, but 15 years ago, maybe 21, you cheeky twat.
No, but you're saying that, like, I'm pretty sure Jake, our friend Jake, who Brad plays football with or goes and trains with, he hurt himself. I can't remember if he like fucking
didn't he rupture some
pulled his
ligaments
his quad or something? Yeah, it was. I can't remember what it was.
It was very nasty sounding injury. And he said he can't play football for like 18 months. And then less than 6 months later, Brad's had 2 serious injuries.
Like, yeah, and I'm like, dude, you're tempting fate.
Just embrace being old and getting fat, dude. Join us. Join us.
So, obviously, ask you about Spider-Man. Are you actually looking forward to Ghostbusters, or are you just like?
No, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Luke probably won't go to the cinema.
I won't go to the cinema, but I will watch it. The trailers do make it look very good, having not watched this new trailer that you're talking about. But
yeah, there's literally just a split second, and you don't see them. It's like,
yeah, of course not.
Yeah, which is good. Because I said I'm not watching it, and then somebody was like, "Don't worry, it's nothing you haven't seen before." So, which they're right.
Yeah, you know? It makes me wonder if they'd have put a trailer out like that had there not been the leaks that have happened. Like, would they have tried to keep it secret, do you think? Or is that just the way that cinema works nowadays? And it's just, we've got a really good surprise, but we'll spoil it because then you'll pay money to come and see it.
I don't know, because I think it kind of goes both ways, because leaks kind of help, don't they? I don't know if you guys heard about this. So there's a guy I watch who does movie reviews. I don't know if you remember him or not. He used to work on Collider. They used to do Collider video or something like that and do a podcast. John Campier. I don't know if any of you guys know about John Campier.
No.
So basically, he does like a movie YouTube show. He talks about movies. And I've watched John Campier for years, and he basically gets sent hundreds of like, this is a legitimate photo, and you can normally tell if it's legitimate or not, of films. And people have kept sending him like shots of the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home. And he put one out, I think about in August or something. And it was Toby, Andrew, and Tom all stood next to each other, like looking at like a newsstand.
On a bridge.
The lighting is there's no bridge. So it's obviously fake, isn't it?
Yeah, it's clearly fake.
But he put this up and was like, tell me if this is a Photoshop or not. And like, you can see like one person's got like light on one side, one person's got light on the other side, but the light's obviously coming from one angle, and it should be the same across all of them, or at least similar. And you could tell it was photoshopped. It was pretty good, but anyway,
it got debunked.
So I think last Sunday he got some more through, and he was in a rush or something, and he posted them on Twitter, put his logo on it, and was like, so fake or real, and left it. I think about an hour later, somebody called him being like, you better take those photos down because they might be real. So he like deleted it. But by the time he'd already posted them out and all the rest of it, people had copied, pasted it. But now it's gone out. People have saved that picture, but it's got his watermark on all those pictures. So there's no way you can hide from that shit. And he's like, yeah, I apparently got a phone call from Sony, and they're like, where did you get that? Where did you get those pictures from? And stuff like that. But yeah, it's just funny how things leak nowadays, especially if like fans are really interested in something, and the marketing's not putting anything out. So we've only had one trailer for Spider-Man because for obvious reasons, they're trying to keep it under wraps. But it's almost like, I think they were fans of Spider-Man were expecting a trailer like last week or something when we had the Morbius trailer, or the last time we recorded, I think, Luke. And we didn't get one. And then like people were like getting riled up and shit because they didn't get that trailer. They got Morbius, which obviously isn't as good as Spider-Man. And then we had like a Ghostbusters trailer and stuff like that. It's just so funny. And everyone's like, oh, we need to get a trailer. We should get a trailer today. I just think it's so funny how things get leaked. And it's almost like the longer you hold on to it, the more stuff that gets leaked.
Yeah, of course.
But the best bit at the minute is the fact that Andrew Garfield is still denying he's in this film, given the amount of leaks, to the point where I think I saw something yesterday where he's advertising that new Netflix film that he's in, Tick Tick Boom, and he's on the red carpet for it, and someone's like asking him the question, and he's like, "We'll see." I think he's got to the point now where he's like, "We'll see," instead of just denying it. So I think he's finally broke. Whereas like Tom's kind of out. I think Tom accidentally slipped this week, because somebody asked him what it was like filming it, and he was like, oh, I'm looking forward to the 3 generations of characters coming together. But then had to, like, bear in mind, Tom Holland spoils a lot of films.
He's renowned for spoiling.
Yeah. And I think he's actually trying to make it through this one without spoiling it. Because I think the biggest one was Luke, you've seen Endgame now, haven't you?
Yes.
Seen Endgame? Or Infinity. I think it was Infinity War. Mark Ruffalo is sat there with Don Cheadle, and this is like a year or 2 before the film comes out, and they're like, oh, dude, you gotta see the next one. Everybody dies. And they're like, he's not wrong, but like, it doesn't really spoil it. But then Tom was like, yeah, I'm looking forward to the 3 generations coming together, but then had to quickly rectify, the villains. I'm talking about the villains coming back. But then, yeah, I've seen a nice picture of if it's real, the three boys back. So we'll see. We'll see next week. See if we get the money shot next week. But I wouldn't be surprised if it gets held back.
Don't call it the money shot, dude.
It is the money shot. It is the money shot. Dude, if all three Spider-Man are in this film, I reckon it'll make $1 billion. That's actually tough. I don't know if it won't now. Given COVID. I think it might have done pre-COVID, but yeah.
Has anyone watched Red Notice yet?
Not yet. Didn't that literally drop yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've been watching the final series of Narcos Mexico all week. Because of course I have.
Is it good, Rob? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Is it good?
Yeah, really good.
Really good? Oh, okay, cool. I'm excited to watch it. I've been waiting for it to come out for a while, to be honest with you. But yeah,
I have seen some jokes reflective of Jurassic Park in it.
Yeah, there's a Jurassic Park joke. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a couple. Oh, there's a whole bit around Jurassic Park from what I've seen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it because
it's Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds. It's The Rock being The Rock, and then Gal Gadot wears a sexy red dress and for like half an hour of the film, which is lovely.
So she's not. Isn't it like a 2.5 hour film? And she's not in it very long.
Yeah, she's not in it very often, but when she is, it's good.
Nice. No, because I did see Ryan Reynolds has been out promoting this film with Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Gal Gadot, and I did see one thing where apparently he keeps calling The Rock's head a penis or something like that. There's like a whole thing. Does he say that in the film?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, apparently he was on like Jimmy Kimmel or something like that. He was like, "Yeah, look, see, his head looks like a penis," you know, which I thought was quite funny. But he did another thing with Will Ferrell this week. So I think Ryan Reynolds was due on Jimmy Fallon, and the other one was Will Ferrell was due on Jimmy Kimmel, and they basically introduced them. So like Jimmy Kimmel's like, and tonight we've got Will Ferrell, and out pops fucking Ryan Reynolds. He's just like, what the fuck? Brian, do you want to talk about Red Notice? Nope. I don't want to talk about the film. He's just there to promote Will's film, and he's there like going on about. You got to see it. It's on YouTube.
Do they switch places and promote each other's films?
Yeah, because like one's in New York and the other one's in LA. So I think they were both like, fuck it. But they're in a Christmas film or something. I don't know if it's out this year, but it's called Spirited. But I think I can't imagine, when I kind of think about it, I can't imagine a film of Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds together. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's like very different sense of humors, isn't it?
But then I kind of feel like it works at the same time, you know? But see, you look at Will Ferrell now, he looks old, man.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah. Have you got Apple TV? Have you got Apple TV at the minute?
I think it might have run out. I'm not sure.
I was going to say, if you have a look, because Will Ferrell's got a new series with Paul Rudd called The Shrink Next Door or something like that. Next Door to the Shrink.
I saw something funny. You know how Paul Rudd doesn't age, right? There was a picture, there's a load of pictures on Twitter. There's a picture of aged Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, all like aged to the age of like Steve Rogers is in when he hands the shield to Falcon. And then you've got the joke was that Paul Rudd looks exactly the same because he never seems to age. Oh, so good.
He's got Sexiest Man of the Year. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's nuts. It's nuts.
Didn't Ryan Reynolds give a reaction video to that as well or something? I briefly read about.
Yeah, he said something like, "Oh, I mean, it must be great to have Benjamin Button's disease or something like that." But yeah, if you get a chance, please check out the crossover interview. I think Ryan Reynolds is better than Will Ferrell's,
of course.
Just because Ryan Reynolds is there on a bit, and you can see Jimmy Kimmel's like, I have no fucking idea what's going on. Do we talk about Red Notice or he's just on about like no personal questions and shit like that. It's Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds. The only thing I would say is it's nice to see Ryan Reynolds back, not looking as clean cut, if you know what I mean. He's got like a beard, kind of like what he looked like slightly in X-Men, not X-Men, in Blade 3.
Oh, Blade Trinity. Yeah.
Blade Trinity. Yeah.
Yeah. I liked him in that movie. It was a bad movie, but Ryan Reynolds was good in that.
He was.
I heard some things about that film, but like,
you gonna elaborate?
Wesley Snipes only was basically in character the entire time.
He ignored the cast, didn't he? The rest of the cast.
Yeah, he didn't leave his trailer for most of the film, and he was just smoking weed and shit like that, and refused to be doing. Long list of stuff.
He's drinking. Drinking blood.
We got a different Blade now. So, is it Mahershala Ali? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
From Alita, I think he's in Alita.
Yep, 100%.
Okay. So Rob, you watched Red Notice. I watched at least half of The Harder They Fall last night.
Did you fall asleep?
I did fall asleep. I had a big meal. I had some wine, which is quite nice, and then I fell asleep.
Wait. What wine did you have?
I don't know. Some wine from Aldi, because we've started shopping at Aldi now.
Was it at least white, pink, or red?
White.
Right, thank you.
Not my choice.
No, that's fine. The fact that you said white makes me not care.
I drank a couple of glasses of wine while I watched Red Notice last night also, because my wife went to bed early, and I had one of the twins on my stomach while asleep while I was watching pretty much the whole film.
Yeah. I think both of you will probably like The Harder They Fall.
How do you know you haven't seen it all?
I caught the end of it, so it looks like there's probably going to be a sequel. Because I think it abruptly ends. Not as abruptly. No, I think it is more abrupt than Dune. But there we go. But yeah, it's from the first half an hour, 45 minutes that I watched. I think it's got that Blazing Saddles kind of style of humor. Not completely. It's not full on like I'm not saying it's like completely Blazing Saddles, but there's like little elements of it in there, like
racism.
No, I think it's an all black cast as well. I'm pretty not literally an all black cast, but all the main cast is definitely all black.
Predominantly black, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to seeing this for a while though, because it's been doing rounds that Idris Elba's been doing this movie for quite a while. So
the first
annoyed that this and Red Notice dropped within a week of each other, because I've had no time to watch it because Narcos dropped as well. Thanks Netflix. All the things I'm really interested in, and Big Mouth, like Rob says.
Have you watched Big Mouth?
I've watched an episode of Big Mouth literally straight after I finished the last episode of Narcos, because I just wanted to watch some Big Mouth. It's like, all these things at once. Why Netflix? Why?
And there's me last night watching the episode 14 or something of one of the season, or was it season 14 of Always Sunny in Philly? I love that program so much. I know you guys don't, but I really wish you'd try it.
I've tried it. Yeah. I don't like the little guy.
You don't like Danny DeVito?
Not that little guy.
Charlie Day.
Is that his name?
I thought you would have loved him. Yeah, I thought you would have loved him because...
Why? Because he's small?
No, because he's with your friend Jason Bateman in Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, I like Jason Bateman. Doesn't mean I like every single person he's ever starred in a movie with.
I got to be honest, I've been listening to that Smartless podcast more and more, and they do one with Tom Hanks.
Love Tom Hanks.
He said, Luke, I honest to God think you'd like that podcast. It's Will Arnett, Sean Hayes, and Jason Bateman. And it's just them kind of, I don't want to say shitting on each other, but they're kind of like riffing on each other.
Man, those are three unique voices as well.
Yeah, it is. It's like basically Tom Hanks calls Will Arnett out on his voice. And it's like, do you just walk around with a voice modulator constantly, or do you always sound like that? Because he's basically had like the Batman voice constantly since he did the Batman movie. He's like, oh no, I just constantly adjust my levels. But yeah, I honestly think you guys would like that, and it's kind of nice. Remember when we used to listen to the Nerdist podcast, Rob? Mm-hmm. It kind of feels like that, but then it's a little bit
like Heyday Nerdist because they got shit towards the end.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's like early days,
the hostful ones.
Yeah, I think it's really good because obviously Jason Bateman, Will Arnett. I haven't seen much of Sean Hayes stuff, but he was in Will and Grace. But yeah, check it out. Adam Sandler does an episode. I think Will Ferrell does Ryan Reynolds does an episode, which was good. But it just the problem with that, you put people like that on there, like Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. They just end up riffing. So they ask them a question. It's like, I went, I drove my cat and I went to space. And you're like, I don't know where this is going, but this is funny as hell. But then you're hearing Tom Hanks do that shit, and it's pretty good. I thought you'd like it, but yeah, I'm really surprised you don't like Charlie Day. Is it his voice? It's got to be his voice, isn't it?
It's just the whole package: voice, sense of humor. I don't know if he might be playing that character on purpose, and the director's pointing in that direction. But it's just because I don't really mind him in Horrible Bosses. I mean, I'm watching Horrible Bosses for Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman, but
yeah,
Charlie Day is not terrible in those two movies.
He's not terrible. I watched an episode last night. They were basically on about climate change. There's quite interesting about Always Sunny in Philly is they kind of hit things without actually meaning to hit things, like talk about real world things without actually being like it's in your face. They do like a whole episode where there's like heat wave, and then Danny DeVito is like, I want to see girls' nips, so they're turning down the air conditioning, and then Dee and Charlie Day are off trying to get freaking ice because they've run out of ice, and they keep going backwards and forwards to the shots. But then she's on like this whole climate change, like zero carbon footprint thing, where she doesn't want to get the van out to bring the ice, so they're just going to take an Uber to go get some ice and then come back. But every time they bring it back, it's fucking melted, and this, that, and the other. So they have to keep going back like 4 times. So they could have just ordered it via a truck, but then they've used like 6 cars and a bus by the time just to get one bag of ice because it keeps melting by the time they get home. But yeah, it's just I guess it's one of those things, either you like it or you don't. It's subjective, isn't it?
As is everything we talk about every week, every episode, to be fair.
No, you are completely right.
You've seen that right. Jason Momoa and David Batista have like said they want to do like a buddy cop comedy movie, and there's like a bidding war at the moment.
Is there?
Yeah. I saw something on
I did see it. I didn't see any more than that, though. I will say I went to Bristol last weekend. I saw Dune on Friday night. That is a long film. It's like 2.5 hours long.
It doesn't feel like that though.
Have you seen it now?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Did you enjoy it?
Yes. Brilliant.
Do you think Luke would enjoy it?
Yeah.
I don't think you would.
I don't think Luke will watch it, but I think he would enjoy it if he did.
I saw my wife's cousin today, and she was like, "Oh, we saw Dune. I fucking hated it." I was like, "Yeah, I know. We don't have the same taste at all." I said it was a really good fucking film, and you're wrong, but there we go.
It's very much the first Lord of the Rings a little bit, though, isn't it?
The thing that annoyed me is she turned around to me and was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what they're doing. There's so many things to keep track of. I'm like, you watched Game of Thrones. It's Game of Thrones in space. It's no different. I don't feel like I'm that far out on that. Am I, Rob?
No.
Is it Game of Thrones in space?
Yeah. And again, like I said, it's like the first Lord of the Rings film. There's lots of exposition.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to the sequel. Definitely looking forward to the sequel.
Is there going to be more than one? Is it just one more film?
Yeah, it doesn't end. It literally says at the opening part, start of the film, this is part 1. So the next film is all like, it's basically a fucking war going down in the second film.
Spoilers.
It's not. You see it in this trailer. Just not a lot of that happens in this first film. And there's a book out there and all the rest of it.
I've read the book.
I've got the book. I've read about half of it, so I've read about as much as the film I saw. But I think it's a really good film. It's it's slow. It's slow going, isn't it? It builds, I feel.
I don't like Jason Momoa with no beard. He just doesn't look right, does he?
He's pretty. I think he's pretty funny in this film, though. Like when he's talking to Paul and being like, "Oh, you put on some muscles."
Yeah.
Did I? I feel like Batista's kind of playing Drax, is he?
Just playing himself.
I know he's a bit pissed off playing Drax at the minute because he should have been the one to kill Thanos and he didn't. But there we go. He's basically been used as a sidekick character for laughs and jokes now in the Marvel universe.
I honestly think he's one of the best characters in the MCU. So,
what, Drax?
Yeah.
But I feel like Dave Bautista does really good in these quirky roles, like he has done with Dune, and when he was in, is it Spectre? Pretty sure he was in Spectre, wasn't he? Isn't he the guy with the hat in Spectre? Why is that funny?
Stop calling me Inspector. I'm not an inspector.
Folks. I am a detective. Detective Crusoe.
I don't know. Anyway. I don't know if he was Inspector.
I'm pretty sure he was in Inspector. Not fucking Inspector. Fuck's sake, Rob. You got me saying that. But he was good in Blade Runner. He was good in Blade Runner.
I don't remember him in that as well.
It's just me then. But yeah, I really enjoyed Dune. And it was I don't know how loud your TV was, Rob, but it was fucking loud in the cinema. Like stupidly fucking loud. So if you know what the soundtrack is like and all the rest of it, you know what that was like in the cinema. There was no way I was going to fall asleep.
Yeah, I kept getting told off to turn it down. Because there's like, there's really loud bits. There's really loud bits, and then it's like, the talking's real quiet.
Again. Yeah. Josh Brolin's good in Dune as well.
He is, yeah. Josh Brolin's good and everything.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong there. Smile. I am smiling. Or whatever he does. But yeah, Luke, honestly, I think you'd like it.
But he'll never watch it. So we don't need to worry about it.
I don't know. I think you said you weren't interested in it.
I've seen it.
I'm not saying it's like the best film ever. I just think it's a bit slower for your tastes, if that makes sense.
I genuinely can't remember if I said I would watch it or not. I've definitely not said that I wouldn't watch it.
I think you said you were interested because of Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah. That sounds like something I'd say. I'll give it a try.
I think...
if it's too slow, I'll just turn it off or fall asleep. So...
To me, it's as slow as the first Star Wars film. And we're talking like A New Hope, which compared to the others is a slow film.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but it builds. That's the only thing I can say is it's setting the stage and it's got a lot to fucking set up. But the visuals in this film, like some of them, I'm like, is that practical or is it real? Is that a real sandworm? I don't know if Rob can answer that question.
Of course, it was a real sandworm.
All right. Okay. Sorry. I'm only asking.
Just magnified.
Magnified. Okay.
Make it look big.
Yeah, so are we going to leave it there? Have we got anything else to talk about today? I think we've covered everything, have we? Not that we had anything.
Wait, did we have things to cover?
I think the only thing we have left to cover is the Morbius trailer.
I refuse to watch it because
I haven't watched it either. So yeah, we covered that. Carry on.
We did it. I guess the only thing is Elden Ring. Rob, you've been watching somebody play it?
Yeah, it looks good.
Does it look like Dark Souls?
Yes. Very much so.
Are we going to play Dark Souls 3 at some point? Probably not. Since you promised me you were going to play it with me and you're playing New World now, but then you'll be back on Destiny and I'll be like next September.
Sorry.
Like, maybe.
New World's too good.
Rob does this though, Mike, because he promised me he was going to play Tarkov as well. So.
Did I? Was I drunk?
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, we got to end of the show because Rob's got to get back to performing contraception on himself. Needlessly punching himself in the dick. Anyway, that's it. I think it's a good solid hour of nonsense from us.
Definitely nonsense, yeah.
Brad should be back next week.
Next episode.
Week, sake. Episode 38. By then, we would have seen potentially the new Spider-Man trailer. We would have seen Ghostbusters. I probably would have seen it twice by then.
I'm not sure I would have seen it by then.
Was this going to be no stopping you, is there?
I'm not sure I'm going to watch it by then. I'm going to wait like a week or two before I can watch it.
You reckon? It's payday the second week, so...
Yeah, there we go. Wait till payday.
When does it actually come out?
Next Friday.
The 20th. 19th.
19th, yes. Yeah.
Right. And when are you going to watch it, Rob?
When he gets to it.
Probably the week after.
Literally the week after, the 26th, or...
Yes.
Are you going Dorchester?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
I was going to say, let us know. I'll come with you.
I was gonna just like pick the kids up from school and just go from there.
Yeah, sounds good.
So if you watch it on the 26th, you'll have both seen it before we record next on the 27th.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, if you haven't seen it, Rob, you need to tell us so that I can shut Mike down every time he tries to mention the Ghostbusters word.
So I'm
gonna have to watch, aren't I? Otherwise, it's gonna be impossible.
No, stop. No.
I'm so glad we didn't record next week because that would have been worse. That would have been worse. My kids are going to the cinema dressed up apparently as well.
I mean, you got it, haven't you?
Yeah, Remy's got the full.
That's what they both do.
Oh, they both. Oh, nice. Yeah, they've got to. Yeah, absolutely, they've got to.
They've got to. And I'm taking them to the plaza as well. But I wanted to take them to the plaza because I feel like Cineworld's a bit too clean cut. If you know what I mean. Like I feel like.
They won't care.
They want to dress.
They won't care.
No, I know. What, Cineworld?
No, your kids. They will not give monkeys where they're going. Dressing them up in Ghostbusters outfits with the fucking...
That cinema's a better experience anyway.
Yeah, I do feel like it is going to be a better experience. I think for me, we watched Shang-Chi tonight and Eli's 3 years old. He's all the way through the bus scene on Shang-Chi. He's like, the bus crashed. I know the bus stop. I'm like, dude, what is he going to be like next week? What are we going to do in the cinema? He's going to be like, oh, Ghostbusters car. There's a ghost. Ghostbusters car. That's literally going to be him through the whole film. Remy won't say anything, or he's going to be like this with his hands over his face. I'm not scared, but I'm covering my face. You know? Remy can't go upstairs without a light on or by himself, but he wants to go see Ghostbusters next week. So yeah, this could be interesting. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I think it's been good. I think we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.